I was meant to do a clip to talk about the Rolling Stones concert and I didn't. And I started to edit the Rolling Stone vlogs today because I've decided it will be two, even though it could be one very long video if I wanted it to be. But I decided to split it into two. And the first clip that you will have seen was me talking about the concert, or that I'm going to the concert. Like, I think I just rambled on for a couple of minutes basically. So I said that I will do a clip for the end of the video and I never filmed it, so that's what I'm filming now. So the reason why I went to see the Rolling Stones was, if you aren't new to my channel, you'll know that last year I went to see Elton John, and then the next day I went to see Penn and Teller, and I met Penn and Teller, and the Elton John tickets and the Penn and Teller tickets and other presents were for Father's Day. So I was like, I'm going to have to top last year and go hard or go home basically with the presents for Father's Day. So I fought long and hard and managed to get hold of those amazing seats for the Rolling Stones. Probably like 2.5 weeks before the gig, 3 weeks at a push. I think it was like 2.5 weeks before I managed to get my hands on them, and they were really amazing seats. Like, you couldn't see how amazing they were just from the clips that I showed, but we weren't very high up and we could see everything. Like, I didn't even pan round to show how full the stadium was. Literally, it was packed. There was no empty seats, which you would expect for the Rolling Stones. Like, those tickets are like gold dust. I got them for Father's Day basically as part of his present. There is more to come for that present. I had to beat what I got last year basically. I don't know how you can beat Penn and Teller meeting them, but maybe that's because I love Penn and Teller and I got to meet them. Like, that is definitely something pretty amazing. I did not expect to go to the concert myself. I thought he would go with a friend. I didn't particularly want to go. A lot is to do because I'm not the biggest Rolling Stones fan. Like, they wouldn't even be in my top 10 favourite bands. And also because I'm very down at the moment, it's not where I want to go. I don't want to be around people, and you know, there was like 50,000 people there and I didn't want to be there. I hated being there, and I went into my own little world like I do to like block out what is actually going on around me. So I don't have very many memories of the concert, so it is good that I have these two videos to look back at now, because otherwise I just wouldn't have a clue about much of what happened, because the 2 hours flew by. I was just in a daze, because I think that's my way, or my body's way of like protecting myself, and because I was stressed out, I didn't want to be in that situation. And literally the sat nav drove me crazy on the way there. It just kept taking me the wrong way. Then we ended up parked down this very long thing, and it was £20 to park there, and it wasn't even secure parking. It was really rubbish. I did film my walk back to the car. I probably filmed the majority of it. There was probably only 2 minutes before that I didn't film, when I was walking out the stands and stuff. So I think I will have put that video up just for the fun of it, and that's literally how long it took me to walk back to my car, because you saw me stop the filming just as I got to my car. And there was a lot more parking further down, but I spotted that space and there was no other cars there when I got there. But when I went back, there was 4 more cars parked on there, so other people were probably like, I'm not going all the way down there. And literally it cost £20 to park on a bit of grass, and it just was a little bit dodgy, because normally when you park on those sort of car parks you do get a ticket or something to say you've paid this money. But I just, you know, I don't know, I just feel like they were chances and they were like taking everyone's money, because it wasn't official parking. It just said parking down there, and loads of people parked down there. You know, there was probably like 500 cars down there at 20 quid a go. It was like a lot of money was changing hands, and they didn't have official, like normally it says car park attendant or official parking on what they're wearing, but it was just, I don't know, there was something a little bit dodgy about it. So we arrived later than planned, because we ended up driving around Manchester quite a bit until we found our way back to that parking, and then parked down there. And we walked up there so fast, because we both said that when we walked back down, I was ahead of my dad, because I literally got in the car and drove up towards him. I didn't drive too far, but he wasn't, you know, with me, and I weren't walking fast. But he should have stayed at the top really, and I could have picked him up, it would have been fine. But we were both like, we didn't realise how long that walk was, and I said we must have been walking fast to get to the concert when we, like, because we were running late. And we got in the stadium about half an hour before the concert and got in the queue for drinks. I'd not eaten my tea, I'd barely eaten my lunch. I was like, because I was really anxious about going. I didn't want to go. I wish he'd actually took a friend. That's what the plan was. It wasn't for me to go. But his friends wanted to drink, and he wanted to drink, and he didn't want to get public transport. That's the only reason he asked me. He basically used me as a taxi because I didn't want to go. So we're in the queue, and you know, it got to showtime, 8:20, and I'm like, we're probably like four behind the people in front, and there was only one taking cash. So they were both serving, but only one were taking cash and like payments for it. So I got 2 bottles of water, which they put in glasses, and a packet of crisps because I've not eaten. But I didn't eat the crisps, I just stood with them all night like a little weirdo. But whilst we was waiting before we got served, the band came on and they played one of my favourite songs, Jumpin' Jack Flash. And I was like, great, I'm not happy about this, having to wait for my dad because he wanted beer. I would have happily gone to the seats and popped down like 20 minutes into the show to get the drinks, but he wanted his beer. So beer rules around here. So we missed 2 songs before we got out, and then they were doing the 3rd song, which they finished by the time we found our seats. So, you know, they did a lot of songs that I don't know, but a lot of their songs sounds quite familiar. Mick was like throwing himself around the stage like a teenager. Like, I don't know where he gets that energy from. I wish I had like 1% of the energy he has, because at the moment I'm pretty much like a zombie. I'm so tired and exhausted all the time. I just want to sleep, but I'm not allowing myself to sleep all the time. But I am spending a great deal in my bedroom, a great deal of time in my bedroom because I'm tired. But, you know, I've seen them now. I wouldn't choose to go and see them again because they're not my favourite band. I'm not saying they're a crap band, because they have had some big hits, and they did do all the big hits, and I did enjoy those. And, you know, if I got free tickets I would go, but I wouldn't pay £100 a ticket to go again to see the Rolling Stones. It's as simple as that. I just wouldn't do it. So, you know, if you're into the Rolling Stones, I'd recommend going, because they're not getting any younger, and I can't see them touring forever because they're all in the 70s now, so I couldn't imagine it. So if you do like the Rolling Stones and you do get the opportunity to go, I'd definitely go. They do 2 hours, but be warned, they do set off fireworks right on the last song, right at the end. I nearly had a heart attack when that happened. I didn't expect it at all. So yeah, if you're a fan, go. If you know a lot of the music, I'd still go, but for me personally, I wouldn't go again. I've been there. I can now say I've seen the Rolling Stones, so, you know, it wasn't on my bucket list, but, you know, I've done it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the bits that I filmed. I did film some on my phone as well, and I will put them up as individual videos at some point if they've not already gone up. I don't think they're going to go up before the 2 videos that are about the concert, but they will be up soon. And I've probably got like 4 full songs or something like that. I don't think I've got a great deal, and I did film songs that I don't know just for the sake of filming, and it gave me something to do, and it made me feel less anxious. But I do go into my own little world, I zone everyone out, and I think that's the only way I can deal with my anxiety of all those people and being around all those people. But I was fine, and it was a long walk to the car, and then it took forever to get home. Like, I think it took us nearly 2 hours from leaving the stadium to get home. It was just chaos. So I'm not like, and the funny thing was, right, even as I knew it was Man United ground, even as I was walking up to it, I still expected to see the Etihad ground, because I've only ever been to the Man United ground once, and that was 15 years ago, and that was to see my favourite band, and I've not been to a concert since. And I didn't even realise they still did them there. I actually thought when I bought the tickets it was at Old Trafford Cricket Ground, and it was my dad who researched it, and he was like, actually it's the football ground. I'm like, are you sure? But they're very close together, so even if I'd like didn't realise, I soon will have worked out anyway. But I would have preferred Etihad, but Man United does hold more. But yeah, that's it. And it's actually a week later, like it's Tuesday the following week now, and we went last Tuesday, and it was only because I was editing it I realised I didn't do an end thing and I didn't talk about it. And they are good live, like if you're into them, definitely go. But that is all, and I will be back soon.